Hi, we are back for another brew method today. We have our senior marketing manager, Frank, who it looks like may have misinterpreted what we're doing here.
Yeah, I thought we were doing some kind of chemistry experiments, maybe gonna explode something, but what are we actually doing?
We're making coffee.
Oh, well, that makes sense, I guess. I should have figured that out with brew methods.
So we've got a Siphon brewer here. It's a pretty unique, not super efficient brewer, but it looks pretty cool and it makes a good cup of coffee.
Yeah, it reminds me of one of those old kerosene lamps or something like that. It's pretty wild looking.
Yeah, we've got a Bunsen burner underneath. We'll use.
Fire, always good.
Open flame, yeah, don't tell HR. What we're gonna be brewing up is Quartertone coffee.
All right, Quartertone, very nice. I believe they are from Reading, Connecticut, which was my home state for quite a while before I returned to Wisconsin here. Very cool package. If I did my homework correctly, they actually commission artists to do all of the artwork on their packaging, which is very cool. This particular package here looks like our stand-up pouch, which is very exciting. Great use of the metallic effect as well coming through, like that purple color. I think based on their website, they also do a lot of our sustainable materials in this pouch as well with some screen printing. So great customer who uses kind of the creative palette available to them with our packaging.
Exactly, yeah. The majority of their bags are the compostable, which has a brown craft finish to it. I really like this bag. It is meant to stand out from the rest of their line by using the different brighter colors, the metallic effects. It really kind of pops out and shows that this is their higher end offering. It's really kind of their main unique coffee.
Very cool. Well, tell me a little bit about the coffee we're gonna try today then.
Yeah, so this is it's a blend. It's a light roast natural. It's definitely going to have some fruitier notes than you might be used to.
Okay.
It's been fermented and then naturally processed, so it's kind of a hybrid. Get some honey flavors, a lot of probably fresh fermenty fruit.
All right, sounds good to me. I'm more of a lighter coffee roast fan, so I think it's gonna be right up my alley.
Awesome. So to start with the Siphon, it's a little bit complex. It's probably not something that you would use every day, but to get started, we need to put the filter in the Siphon.
Okay,
so,
that looks like the thing I use to keep hair out of the drain in my bathtub. So hopefully that's not where you got that from.
This is actually what the filter looks like. It is just a round disc of cloth with a string in it.
So. Is that like a reusable thing? We wash it afterwards?
Yeah, it certainly can be reusable.
All right.
It's a cloth, so
nice.
It washes off pretty easily.
Goes well with our sustainable theme here.
Exactly. So we'll actually put it on here and we'll pull the string, which cinches the filter around the metal thing here. And then we drop it inside.
Turn on the light.
There we go.
Oh, cool.
So that's our filter inside. So to start, we'll first need to weigh out our coffee. Do you use a scale at home when you make your coffee?
No, usually Folgers Instant Brew doesn't require weighing it out ahead of time.
Well, we're a little nerdy here, so we're gonna actually weigh out the coffee.
Excellent.
Wow.
Let's have a little.
What do you smell?
Coffee. No, it smells, like you said, a little sweet, like the honey flavor, and yeah, little fermented fruit flavor scent as well.
Definitely like bright kind of stony fruit. So we want 25 grams of coffee total.
Okay. So what does that do to the flavor if you don't get it exactly at 25 grams?
So it's just the ratio that we're going for. So this is 25 grams of coffee. We're gonna use 400 grams of water. That's a 1:16 ratio.
Okay.
So for every gram of coffee, 16 grams of water. And if you mess it up or are a little stronger, a little weaker, you're not gonna notice really, but.
Do you count cards too? You wanna go to Vegas after this?
So we'll grind this up. This is gonna be kind of like a medium-ish grind. Due to the process of this brewer, you want to heat up the water first. So we have our water already just below boiling. It's like 205 degrees right now. So we're gonna pour this inside. We want our 400 grams of water.
It's not gonna explode, right?
Not yet, no.
Okay. Tell me when I need to duck and cover.
Yeah, I think they use something similar to this on Breaking Bad.
Yes, yes.
The water inside it's hot. It's almost boiling. So when we put the burner underneath, it's not going to take much for it to get to that boiling point. So this goes right on top. Do you want to do the honors of sparking the burner?
What's the trick? Just
You'll give
turn it.
that a twist.
It says on this way. Okay. Oh, I hear the gas. Oh,
Boom.
All right, cool.
That's all it takes. So with the water being hot inside, as it heats up from the burner underneath, it's going to create a negative pressure. The steam building up inside of the top is going to force the water up the tube into that top chamber. And
Very
then
cool.
As long as that burner stays on, the water will stay up on top there. Now that we've got the water up in the top and it's staying there hanging out, we're going to pour the coffee straight in. So this portion of the brew is a full immersion, just because the grounds are actually floating around 100% in contact with the water. Kind of similar to like a French press or like the AeroPress that we used on the last brew methods video. The grounds are floating around, so totally extracting right now. And we're gonna give this a stir, and we're gonna let it mingle up there for about 2 minutes.
Okay.
And one thing I like about this one is, since the water is bubbling, it's kind of constantly agitating the coffee a bit.
Right.
If it's just sitting still, it's not going to extract totally properly. We do still want to keep stirring it pretty often throughout the brew. Once the brew is all done, we're going to cut the heat, and then the coffee is going to, as it cools, it'll get sucked back down into the bottom tube. And since we have that filter in the middle, the coffee will be stopped, leaving us just with the coffee in the bottom.
And what is the scientific term called for when it goes back into the bottom portion? I like to call it...
You're the one in the lab coat, mister.
I like to call it the gravity equation force black hole coffee deliciousness cycle.
We should be like spinning in circles.
Yes, we'll add that in post. We'll put some numbers up here going over my head.
A chalkboard.
Yeah, yes.
So we are going to cut the heat, and pretty quick here you'll see the coffee start to get sucked back down into the bottom. This was a really popular brewer for a long time, and then there just kind of became quicker ways to make coffee, and I guess the average person probably doesn't need to spend this long making a coffee in the morning, but I think there's something about cherishing the process.
Yes. For kings as yourself, it's okay to take time. Wow, look at that. Now it's boiling again.
The last of the steam escaping. All right. This is also one of the coolest coffee serving vessels
That
ever,
is
right?
true. It smells good.
It does smell good. One tip with coffee tasting, because you're tasting it pretty hot usually, is to slurp it. So you want to like hear the coffee being drank.
All right.
So you don't just take a normal sip. Slurping it does a few things. It splatters it around, which helps it cool down in your mouth. And also it kind of, depending on where the coffee lands in your mouth, you can identify different flavors.
Cool. Well, next time someone gets mad at me for slurping, I have an excuse.
Yeah.
Tell them Nick told me to do it. Makes the coffee better. Yeah, I can definitely taste the kind of fermented fruit flavor a little bit in there.
It's very bright.
Yeah.
So is this going to be a new way that you make coffee at home? You can take this home if you'd like.
I kind of do want to mess around with this. It's a fun science experiment, so I can see why someone would want to play around with it. Certainly, like you said, not on a work day where I set the timer ahead of time and just use my drip machine to make sure it's ready when I wake up.
Yeah, no, this is definitely a little bit more of intentionally slowing down, enjoying the process.
It's good to remember to do that from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, thanks for showing me a new brew method, Nick. And hopefully someone else learned as much as I did today. Can't wait to see what we've got on tap for the next episode.
Yeah, looking forward to it. If anybody has suggestions, always feel free to drop a comment. We have more than enough ways of making coffee, so we're happy to do them in front of the camera. Thank you, Quartertone, for supplying the coffee. and the bag looks gorgeous. You did a great job with the artwork.
Yeah, hopefully it inspires some of our other customers or people who are just starting to get into this to see what the possibilities are. Cheers.
Cheers.
Hello, Nick. Let's make some coffee.